The one that's on the inside that we have yet to meet. The true self. This is why I keep telling people you got to die empty. The keys to leadership are built on some confusion. I want to give you these, what I call the 5 questions of life that you have to answer to become a leader. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, where am I from? Number 3, why am I here? Number 4, what can I do? And number 5, where am I going? These are the most important questions in life, and until you answer them, you will always be a follower. Who am I has to do with identity. You got to discover who you are apart from 6.7 billion people. Number 2, where am I from has to do with your heritage. And I'm not talking about your ethnicity, because your ethnic heritage is so confusing. Don't try to find yourself by going back in your ethnicity. You'll never find out where you're from. Why am I here is a question of purpose. You got to discover why you were sent to the planet. Where am I going is a question of destiny. And what can I do is a question of potential. And therefore, when you discover these answers, you've discovered your leadership. I know who I am. I didn't always, but I found out who I was. And secondly, I know where I came from. And I didn't come from the Bahamas. I didn't come from Africa. Because both of them are limiting. All cultures limit you. I had to come from something greater. I remember an intriguing thing I found in the Bible that impressed me. My greatest mentor in history in my life is Jesus Christ. And one time they asked him, where are you from? You know what his answer was? He didn't say, I came from Bethlehem, grew up in Nazareth, and had friends in Capernaum. Matter of fact, he never said he was a Jew. He never said he was a Jew. His answer was, I came down from heaven. They said, no, we know your mother, she's Mary, and your daddy Joe. He says, no, I came down from heaven. He refused to have his heritage limited to earth. And so am I. Because you can only be where you came from. You can only do where you came from. So you got to find another heritage. I came down from my father. The word father means source. I came through Mary. I didn't come from Mary. I came through Bethlehem. I didn't come from Bethlehem. I came through Nazareth. I didn't come from Nazareth. Me, I came through Baintown. I didn't come from Baintown. I came through the Bahamas. I didn't come from the Bahamas. Wherever you came from can limit you or give you unlimited thinking. I was telling some friends the other day when I was in Africa again, in Bloemfontein. I said, look, I talked to some leaders in a small room. I said, let me tell you something. I said, the reason why they call Africa Mother Africa is because you never get your heritage from your mother. Let me say it again because some of you all missed that. That's why you carry your father's name. The seed of your identity comes from your father. So Africa is not my home. It's too small. It was a mother. I came down from my father through the mother. That makes me limitless. I'm just like my daddy. All things are possible with my father. Tell your neighbor, act like your daddy, not your mother. Clap your hand if you understand what I just said. You got to get that right, eh? All right, let me wrap this up with some thoughts here. True leadership is not a method nor a technique. True leadership is an attitude. And your attitude comes alive when you become aware of your true nature. Again, that has to do with your source again, where you came from. When I discovered that I came out of God, not out of the Bahamas, suddenly the Bahamas became too small for me. So today, we have effects in 90 countries right from this island. Because the mentality that was developed here goes beyond this entire region. Don't let where you came from physically trap you. Don't let your ethnic heritage become your graveyard. Stop being black and white and yellow and stuff. Forget that stuff. That's too limiting. Become like your father. Be a man. It's a spirit being. There's no limit. Beliefs and convictions of a leader regulates the nature of their leadership, and therefore the source of beliefs is the perception of your truth. What is truth to you determines what you do with your life. Whatever you think is truth, that's how you're going to live. That's why it's important to keep getting information, coming to meetings like this and seminars and all kinds of great opportunities. You know, tonight going to be a session that's going to be awesome. Matter of fact, the teacher is one of the guys whose tapes I listen to, you know, because his thinking stretches mine. I keep coming to people who make me think. Because my belief system should always be open-ended. Everything you know is not all there is to know. That's why I'm afraid of titles. Because titles can stop you from learning. Even promotion can stop you from learning. The minute you give somebody a title like manager, they stop reading. You call them supervisor, that's it, no more schooling. I've arrived, see? Titles are dangerous. let me just take a little liberty before I get in trouble. Throw your rocks later. You know, this is especially a problem in religious people. They love titles, man. You call a guy a reverend, all of a sudden, man, he's holy. He's, forget studies. I know God now. And for heaven's sake, don't ever give him the word bishop. That's it. That's it. It's over now. My God, no more study, no nothing. Listen to me. It's just Miles Monroe's suggestion. Take it or leave it. The greater you become, write this down, the less titles you need. I repeat, the greater you become, the less titles you need. In other words, when you are not effective, you need a lot of titles to cover up for it. Let me give you an example of great people. The goal in life, write this down, is to only be reduced to your first name. I'm going to say it again. Your goal in life should be to be reduced to your first name. In other words, you keep losing titles. Case in point. You open the Bible, and the first guy you meet, Moses. The guy, what's his last name? Don't know. Don't care. How about this one? Joshua. Hey. How about this one? Samuel.